Hello everyone, I'm so excited to show you this next bracelet. So this bracelet is from a pattern that I found online, and of course I didn't have the beads that they had, so I just improvised, and as it turned out, I think it turned out pretty amazing. Now I did alter one thing, so we'll go through what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually make one now to show you what I did, and I'll give you an idea of whose design this is. I'm not sure. I mean, this is a pretty basic right angle weave design. It's new to me, and this person that put this video out did an awesome job too. So let me show you their page, and my lights are kind of in the way. Let me see if I can fix this. So okay, so it's called Aqua Bracelet, and I'll put the link, and it's from Beaded Jewelry, and this person has a lot of designs that I really like. So I went through, like, I've been kind of collecting bracelet tutorials in different files on my YouTube channel, and I started going back through them and looking. Now that my skills are better, I can get a better idea of you know, whatever the tutorial is, and if I can actually make it with the skills that I now have. So as it turns out, that is the case, so I'm super excited. This was really easy. I would say it took me probably in total less than 2 hours to make, and I actually made another one with different beads, and I'm going to save that for another tutorial because it is so stunning as well. So I was so excited last night. I'm like, oh, I have to go to bed, but today I'm going to do this and show people and see what they think. So this was, the original design was done with pearls in the middle and then bicones, and they used 3 different color bicones. The only pearls that I have, besides the set that I bought from the thrift store that I still have to decide if I'm going to dye them or not, and I think they're 8mm anyway, so these are 6mm. These I got from Michael's, and they came 3 strands, and I think they are the red tag ones, which are usually $10, but I never pay the full price at Michael's, and I think it was a buy one get one free, so you end up paying 50% on it. So they were $5 for 3 strands, and easily 1 strand makes a bracelet. So the other thing is, I'm just noticing, I was wondering about this, if they put the colors on in a certain way, because I find they're really beautiful the way they are on the strand, and when I take them off the strand and try and put them on a bracelet, I have such a hard time putting them on randomly that what I've been doing with these pearls is I take them off one at a time so that I keep the same pattern, and that's what I did for this, and I've done that for leather wrap bracelets as well. Let me... There. So funny, if you notice on the beads, there's little happy faces on all the beads. That's my lighting. The 2 eyeballs and the mouth. That's too funny. So anyway, that's an aside. Squirrel. So yeah, so this is like super affordable, and these are all the really inexpensive bicones that I got last week on last week's haul. So I haven't even got into the current ones. So let's go ahead. I'll tell you exactly what you need for this. So you need the 6mm pearls, and I didn't write how many. I think there's 20 on a strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, there's 22 on a strand. So I made this one 22. It's a little bit loose on me, So I think it would easily fit even a 7.5 wrist. So you can add or subtract the amount of pearls according to your size that you want. So there's that. So 22 pearls. So let's take one of these off because we're going to use that. I'm going to try and do this gently because I don't want to mix them up, although I could follow the other one. I don't know which one I have here. So I hope everybody's having a good day today. I've been pretty much beading all day, so my day's going good. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. My wife, however, went out. She went to the getting place. And why won't this come off? Okay, let's never mind. Never mind. Let's just cut this off. Put those aside. Yeah, let's put it over here so they don't get lost. Okay. And you need these guys. So these are the colors I picked. I have these let me see if I can. So these are the clear crystal AB, and I think they're 3 millimeter. Let me get my caliper out. So the 3 millimeters, you need, you know what, I think I mixed up the sizes. These ones here probably should be the 4 millimeters, but I think I mixed them up. So the ones that are next to the pearls are, you need 44 of them. These ones here that go on the frills, those should actually be 3 millimeter, and I believe they are 4s. So it still looks really good, but I think if you did it the other way around, it would look even better. It would kind of fill out better as well. But you know what? And here with the bigger ones at the top, they kind of, they don't sit flat entirely. But you know what? I kind of like it. It looks like frills, like it goes up and down. So I like the way it turned out, but that was not intentional. I think you should probably put 4 millimeters in the middle and 3 millimeter on the outside. And the next one I did do that, so you'll see the difference. So yeah, I think this is a 3, but let's check. Yeah, that's a 3. So that means the other ones are 4s. And then you will need this color here. And these are, oops, if I will, if people are interested, I will post the links to where I got these specific ones. They were super inexpensive, and actually I'm gonna reorder these ones because they're so beautiful. Initially when I got them, I was a bit disappointed. They look very kind of plasticky fake. And it has like the AB shine just on the one side, but of course that's so that it reflects the color on the inside. But then once you put it on the bracelet, it looks pretty awesome. Now I'm sure you would elevate it so much more if you used better quality crystals, but meantime, so the outer fringe you're going to use, I recommend a 3 millimeter. I ended up using a 4, and there's 86 of those. And then you need your magnetic clasp and some thread, some 11/0 seed beads. I used silver. You could use gold, but I think the silver really makes the pearls pop with the color. So let's put that there, and I used 8-pound fire line. You could probably use a 4 or 6, probably a 6. I wouldn't go any lower than that. If I have some 4 and I find it's a bit too floppy, and this design is floppy to begin with, so you see. Now I kind of like that. Like, it's hard to work with at times, but I like it because it feels like real chain or real crystals. I don't know. It's just in my head, I'm sure. But it's very sparkly. I love it. Oh, I cannot wait. It's so funny when I saw those pearls. I'm like, I don't know about them. And I bought them anyway. Now I'm like, I love them. Can't get enough. And I tried ordering like a set of those colors off of AliExpress, and without much luck. They want so much money. It's like, you know what, I'll just buy them individually and make my own mix. Okay, so I already have my thread cut. I do about a wingspan and a bit, and I had plenty. Now I think I ended up adding some thread when I went to do the frill on the edge. So we need a pearl. I think we go crystal 11.0. So I've got 11.0. Make sure everything's in view here. Let's see if I can see it now. Okay, then we add the pearl, and then an 11.0, a crystal, and an 11.0. So this is what this will be the only strand, or the only set that looks like this. The next you will do, oh wait, I need another pearl. So the first, and this is right, you know what, I'm not teaching any of you anything. I'm sure you guys totally have this. No, I don't need another. This is only my second time. Well, third, if you count this one. So I did the one for Mila, and then I repeated that. Oh, I guess I've done it a couple of times now. So I did the 2 Halloween ones, and then this one here. So this is probably my 5th or 6th time doing this weave. So yeah, but I'm starting to get, so take this down, leave yourself a bit of a tail. In the instructions on that tutorial, they say to leave 120 centimeters, which is, I find, quite a bit. I don't think you need that much. I have a different way of adding my ends and my clasps, so I kind of like to do those. I do like to do them as part of the bracelet so that they are connected strongly, but then there's times where I think you can go ahead and add it after. So this is what you're going to come up with, and that looks like it's out of focus. See it there. It's my hands look in focus, but the crystals don't, so apologize for that. I gotta work on my lighting. Okay, that one's okay. We'll go through here. So you're gonna go through your 11.0 and your bicone and pull everything through that. Pull it nice and tight. And these sit really nicely together, and then you're going to go through just your pearl. And now you're going to start adding your other pieces. My line got hooked on my keyboard tray. I tried something, I changed up my desk a little bit. That's scary. That's usually an indication I'm getting ready to renovate when I start moving things around. Okay, so now we need an 11.0 Bicone 11-0. A pearl. $11.00 and a Bicone and a $11.00, I believe. I wonder. Yeah, I think that should be it. I was just going to say that it's strange that there's two pinks side by side, but then I looked at the other one and actually that's how they've organized the strand. And you know what's funny too is I've been wondering about the order of these colors for months, and silly me, when I was showing you guys, if you notice, if you go back in the there. Okay, so that's correct. If you go back in the video, just rewind it a bit, you'll notice all three strands are strung the same way, same colors. So now you're going to go through your 11-0, your Bicone, and your 11-0, and it's a bit loose, so you want to grab this tight. Ooh, just a kink in the line. Pull that. And go through your pearl. Just like that. So let's keep going here. The next one. Ooh, I love this color. And you might ask, oh Emma, why don't you just lay out your pearls in the order, and this way you don't have to take it off the string. You know what would happen? They would all go flying. And then there would be no order. Just chaos. See, pull this tight, and look at that. That's pretty. This is, I just love this, how this is turning out. And wait till you see the next one. You are not gonna believe. I have always, ever since I was like a kid, always, you know, the teacher would say, okay, this is what we're going to do today. And I would think to myself, okay, that's really exciting. I want to do that. But how can I make it different so that I'm the only one that has one like that? And I've always been like that. So when I see a pattern, I don't get excited because I'm like, ooh, look at that pattern. I get excited because I'm like, ooh, look what I can do with this. I can totally change this one element and it will totally change the aesthetic. So yeah, that's what's fun about this, right? We just do our own thing and have fun. And I mean, there's been times where it didn't turn out. Like, okay, that didn't work. But I'm learning with bead weaving and jewelry making that it's very often, as long as you follow the basic ideas of the bead sizes and shapes, that it can work. Now I like to push the envelope of that, so I sometimes will go quite a bit bigger. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, this is really coming out nice. So I think I will pause this and continue, and then bring you to the next step, so that, you know, we're already 20 minutes in, and I do notice when doing tutorials like this, you spend a lot of time at the beginning talking about stuff. But so yeah, give you a chance to catch up. I know everybody has beads like this, so pull them out, and I will be back for the next step. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you could actually just make a bracelet with this. This is pretty nice on its own. Just like that. Very pretty. So now what we're going to do on this corner here is we're going to add the piece that you're going to attach your clasp, the first part of what you're going to attach your clasp to. And in this one, for the design, they used, oh, let me see, maybe I did, no, okay, so they did it exactly this way. So you do 2 11-0s. Let's see if you can see that properly. 2 11-0s, then 2 bicones, or sorry, a bicone, 1 11-0, a bicone, and 2 11-0s, and then you attach it to this bead here, this pearl. But so I did it that way, but because my bicones are 4 millimeters, they look a bit big there, although they still looks nice. I feel like they're a bit too big. Maybe if it's a 3 millimeter, it would, you know, not be as pointy. But what I did on this side, because I felt that that one was too big, I went ahead and just did 2 11-0s, 1 bicone, 2 11-0s. And then when I went to add the other piece, it creates these kind of little triangles. So there's 2 ways you can do them. Let's see if I can get that for you. There. So there's 2 different ways. I think I'm going to do it with the single bicone. I'm just wondering, maybe I should try the 3 millimeter crystals and do it the design way. So yeah, I want to make sure I have enough of these. And you know what? Oh yeah. Actually, this is all that's left, but I don't need any more, so that should work. So I'll put 4 out, and so I got that many bicones, and that's all that's left. You know, when I ordered all these like hundreds, and the order from the other day was I ordered thousands, like, of each color that I got. And I just wanted to pause here and show you. I don't know if you can really see this. Let's see if I can bring it up a bit. It's so beautiful. So these are really, really nice. You really get some neat colors coming off of them. So yeah, I had to show you that. Let me make sure I'm still in focus here. That's what I end up doing. I'm like, let me show you something. I enlarge it, and then I realize, oh, I've been out of focus. Okay, so here's where you're coming out of. You're going to go in through here. Oh, I didn't put I forgot one of the 11-0s in between the 2. And that's important because that one is the one that holds your other strings for your clasp. There. One of those. bicone, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, it's down at the bottom. I'm like, oh, I'm missing another seed bead. Let me show you here. Oh, there. So 2 11-ohs, 1 bicone, 1 11-oh, 1 bicone, 2 11-ohs. And you will see you go in the opposite side of your pearl, your last pearl, pull that through. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. So now I'm going to go through that a few times. I wonder if I put a knot there. If it's too early to put a knot. That's good. That worked out. Okay. Now go through, and I will do a knot on the other side too. Because I do find this is a bit loose. And I want to make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, let's put a knot in here. Bring my line through and pull that through. And you know what? I'm going to go through here and start on this side. And that will pull that knot into the pearl. There, just like that. Okay, so now we are going to add these lovely pink bicones for our frill. So we need an 11-oh, a bicone, an 11-oh, a bicone, and an 11-oh. Now, these are going to go around this tiny little bicone. So what you want to do is you want to go through this 11-oh and this 11-oh, like that. And that will also give it some structure. So there, like that. Now the first one doesn't sit the same. You know what? Maybe I should have, I should have gone through that. Let me go back here. I should have gone through that other seed bead. Now that I think of it, that's what made the difference. So come out this one. Yeah. Okay. Apologize for that. This is only my 10th time doing this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a big fibber. There. And that will make that sturdy. Okay, so 11-oh, bicone, 11-oh, bicone, 11-oh. So my wife did the fetching for groceries, And being the end of the month, we get a lot of people that get Canada Pension, which is a kind of it's separate from the government, but it is, I don't know, I guess people confuse it with a government pension because when you work, it's mandatory to pay into it. So it gets taken off of your pay. But, so when you go to the grocery store, and the grocery store we go to is in an area that has a lot of people that receive it. So there's like an older senior demographic, I guess, in there. So they tend to go when they get their check, and they do their shopping for the most part for the month. So I was like, are you sure you want to go today? And, you know, I mean, not to be ageist, but it's, you know, people are slow and they're lonely and they want to talk. And so they're having conversations with the cashiers, and everybody's lonely with the isolation. It's so hilarious to see people when they're able to get together and talk. We went to get our flu shot 2 days ago, and they had like a little room outside of the pharmacy because you can get your flu shot at the pharmacy. So we booked our appointment a couple of weeks ago, and then so we went. We were the only ones there because there was 2 of us from the same household. We could go in together. We ended up talking to the pharmacist for like 15 minutes, and I'm thinking, oh my God, they must be like, but of course she was just as gabby as we were, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, so Jen went out fetching the groceries, and so on her way out, I'm like, oh honey, can you stop at the post office? I have some parcels that need to go out. So I sent a couple of packages out. So they had that free shipping Tuesday, every Tuesday of October from Canada Post for small business accounts. And of course, I haven't really started, like I've sold 2 bracelets through YouTube, but I haven't been able to do anything else. So I decided to send a package of bracelets to each of my nieces, and there's 3 of them. So, and then I sent one to my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law. So that gave me the 4 free shipping things. So yeah, I had those to go. So it was fun. I saw a post today from one of my nieces showing one of the bracelets that she got. So she was really happy. That was nice. If they decide to watch my videos, I don't know who's watching videos, because apparently the young generation is not into YouTube or Facebook anymore. It's just not their thing. That's what my sister tells me. Like, okay. But what else did she do? Yeah, I guess that was... Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. So she wanted to stop in at the gym, the rec fitness center that we were members for over 15 years. And they ended up doing renovations for 2 years. It was supposed to be a year, and it went 2 years. And so we were at a different pool for 2 years, which was frustrating. And then in the winters, or in the summers not too bad. Oh, I forgot to put the bicones on. Look at that. um, the place that we swam at is just a pool. There's no gym part to it. So, we had to figure out what to do for working out in the winter. And so it was frustrating. So then we got our membership when they opened up. I think they did a soft opening in September, and then we waited till December to get our membership renewed. And so we were there for January, February, 2 months. And of course closed down because of COVID. So they owed us our membership fee, which as a family membership, now we got a deal, so it was only about $750, but they put it in an account through the city that involves all the rec centers. It's like, I'm not driving to, like, it's a conglomerate kind of thing, so it's all the different small towns around the city, and we live in the outskirts, so it only takes us 15 minutes to drive to the one city, and then there's a sister city that's across the bridge, which you have to pay to get across the bridge, and then if you're going to go to a gym there. So every time you add like an obstacle like that to go to the gym, the likelihood of you getting there, add weather, oh, it's snowing, or it's raining, I don't feel like going, it's too cold, it's too late, So we try and make it simple and easy and close by, and where we don't think about it, you just get in the car and go, throw your bag in there and head out. So there's no time to make excuses. But anyway, so we were concerned that we weren't going to get our money back. So the other thing is she tried to book the a swim so that we could go and check it out and see how the new COVID isolation protocols are working there. And so we couldn't book. You're supposed to book online. She couldn't book me. She could book herself. So she said, you know what, I'm just going to go in there and talk to somebody. So that's what she did. And they gave her all her money back. So we got so I've got lots of money for beading. What's half of $750? I should have said that to her. She'd be like, what? No, we're gonna buy another membership. I get enough exercise through beating my arms. So I'm going to continue this and go around, do the frill here. So when you get to this end too, you can go ahead and add that first piece of your clasp as well. So, but you know what? Yeah, I better pause it because we're at 38 minutes here. And I would like to, and I need some more seed beads. Yeah, so I will come back when it's ready to finish this. Okay, so I've got it all done. That looks amazing. Now, what I did do, I did the one side, and I didn't realize I should have taken my crystals off the pad when I was done, because so on this one I did the smaller ones to see if it would sit flatter on the pearl, and when I came around to the other side, look what I did. So we have two different ones here. So see what I could do here. So anyway, this was done like when I went to turn and do the other side, so it's attached in there. And I did see Stephanie from oh, I can't think of her. I'm just drawing a blank all of a sudden. Stephanie does a bunch of bead weaving, and she does have an amazing video on how to attach thread and how to take out some work that's attached. So I watched it and I tried the attaching the thread, didn't quite get it to work the way I wanted to, but I think I wasn't doing the knot properly. But anyway, so I'm not going to worry about this. Nobody will notice that unless they've seen this video. So shh, don't tell them. Okay, so for this one we're doing, and actually, you know, I do want to say, I think I like the way this one sits better, because I like the way the seed beads kind of go into this kind of triangle with this bicone in the middle. But I mean, that's all preference, right? So we need 2 11/0s and your clasp. Having a hard time threading it because it's magnetic. And then 2 11/0s. Yeah, I think I'll do this first and go through it a few times, and then I will. Did I do that right? I should have gone on the other side. And the magnet's not letting me go through. Stop it! Okay, this way. And through these guys. And you have to be careful it gets hooked on the other stuff easily. So I'm going to do 2 is probably enough. And I know Gina or Stephanie does 3. So I'm going to do 3. There. One more time around, and then I will pass it through the bottom pieces and tie it off. And that is done. So that's not too bad. Like you can see, even my video itself is shorter. Normally I run into the hour zone when I'm like, I'm gonna run out of time kind of thing. So I'm just gonna come through here. And let's just straighten that a bit. Go through this one. And I don't have much thread left, so and so this was my tail. So you can see I really didn't need a whole lot of tail. That sounds bad. Okay, I need a lot of tail. Good thing my wife's not around. I was telling her that some of the jokes I make, and she's like, well, why don't you say stuff? Like, I would like to have subscribers. There's a time and a place for that kind of potty humor. Definitely not here. She is so funny. We were on a cruise in Florida, and we ran into a bunch of it was a gay men's group that were cruising together, and so we started hanging out with them. So in the mornings we'd run into them in the dining room, and we'd sit at a big table with them and have coffee. She had to tell them all her lesbian jokes. These poor boys didn't know what hit them. You think gay guys are, you know, have dirty jokes? Wait till you hear. Yeah. It's like, They'd be sitting there drinking their coffee. All of a sudden, they're spewing their coffee from choking on her jokes. I was like, oh. Oh, and on top of that, they had comedians doing stand-up at night. And the one comedian said, if you have a joke that you think I haven't heard before, tell it to me and I will include it in my performance the next night. So she was like, oh, I gotta talk to this guy. So she told him a joke, and oh my gosh, he could not believe it. And he's like, you know, I can't tell that joke. This is a family cruise. So he had never heard it, and it's so funny. The next night he said to us, he goes, you know, I told the other comedian, and he hadn't heard that joke either, and he was laughing so hard. So, yeah, she's got some good jokes. There, so that is done. Look at it. These are so beautiful and so easy to make. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned. I'm going to do one tomorrow that's a different, it's the same style but with different beads, and you will not believe how different it looks. So there you go. I hope everybody's doing okay and staying safe and staying sane, and I'm thinking of all my friends in the States coming up this week with this really important decision, and hope everything works out. Take care, everybody. Bye now.